Jai Bharat. Welcome everyone to Advait Achievers. Pranam to all of you as we believe Vidyarthi Devo Bhava. So children, in our previous lecture we have learned the sliding filament theory, and in this video we are going to talk about the mechanism of muscle contraction. This event, or you can say this mechanism, is basically an electrical and a biochemical event, right? So it is an electrical and biochemical event. Why we are calling this an electrical event? Because we know that the stimulus has to be received and the impulse which is passed on, which passes through the neurons, is in the form of electrical signals. Correct? So it is an electrical and a biochemical, because it's going to bring about chemical changes inside, right? Energy which is released, that will be utilized, right? And all that taking place. So we call it to be electrical and a biochemical event. This mechanism was explained by Albert Szent-Györgyi and Davis. By Albert Szent. The spelling is Szent, okay? Albert Szent-Györgyi, right? And Davis. Albert Szent-Györgyi and Davis. They explain this mechanism of muscle contraction. So let us take or understand this mechanism stepwise, one after the other. Okay? So we will be first drawing the condition when the muscle is in a relaxed state. Okay? When the muscle is in a relaxed state. So they say this is our Jai Bharat, and welcome everyone to Advait Achievers. Pranam to all of you as we believe Vidyarthi Devo Bhava. Children, in our previous video we finished discussing the sliding filament theory, and in this section we are going to talk about the mechanism of muscle contraction. This mechanism was given by Albert Szent-Györgyi and Davis. They were the ones to explain this mechanism of muscle contraction. This mechanism, when we'll understand, we'll get to know why we are calling it to be an electrical and a biochemical event. It is an electrical and a biochemical event. We call it electrical because the impulse which is transmitted is in the form of electrical signal. So when the impulse reaches the neuromuscular junction, and then the changes takes place which brings about the change in the permeability of the membrane and all that. So we are calling it electrical event and biochemical. Because of that, those calcium ions being released and the cross bridge formation and all that process taking place, that forms a biochemical event. Right? The energy is drawn out from ATP and all. So this muscle contraction is an electrical and a biochemical event. Right? So let us understand this in steps so that we get it, because we have to understand its electrical part also and how it is helping or bringing changes in the chemical portion inside the muscle, which is helping it to get contracted, right? So that is what we are going to understand. So we are going to draw the sarcolemma in short. पूरा ही नहीं ड्रॉ करेंगे, थोड़ा ड्रॉ करके रखने की कोशिश करेंगे, right? So that we understand. So say this is my first step where, say this is the sarcolemma that we are drawing, and this is the Z line. Alright, okay. Then we have to show our actin filament which is attached to the Z line. So say this is the actin filament, right? Its active sites are masked by the troponin, tropomyosin. So that also we are showing. Clear? And how is the myosin filament present? That we will show the next. Right? So this is the myosin filament. We for our ease to understand, we will label each of them so that we can understand what we are talking about. This is the Z line we have already labeled. This is the sarcolemma. This filament is myosin, right? And this is actin. This is clear? Okay. Along with this, we are also going to show the T tubule. So, of course, the T tubule is along the either side of Z line. So, that I have shown. So, this forms our T tubule. Right? This is clear? Okay. So, the first step when I say when the muscle is in a relaxed condition, so it is called, say, the resting phase, no? During the resting condition, or say when the muscle is relaxed. So at that time, what is going to happen? If you remember the portion of the generation of action potential, right? So when any membrane is in a relaxed state, when we say it is polarized, right? That is, the outer side is positively charged and the inner side is negatively charged, right? So we say at resting the membrane is what? Polarized, right? This is the situation. In the next step, what happens? The action potential कैसे generate होगा? So the same thing now I am making as the second step. Now we'll be making it up. Okay, so here we'll show the second step. What happens next? So again say this is our sarcolemma, right? This is the Z line. Alright, we'll be making our actin and myosin filaments. And what is going to happen then? That also we are going to take a look at. So say this is our actin filament, and below which we have our myosin which is there, right? So that we are going to show. Every time I am not labeling, you can relate it. Okay. So now what has happened? Initially we know the outer side is positively charged, inner side is negatively charged. So now at the neuromuscular junction, this is what? The axon end bulb, right? This is the axon end bulb. So this is going to bring the impulse. So generally there has to be the neurotransmitter, correct? There has to be what? Neurotransmitter. Still at this point of time, at this position, what is the condition? The outer side is positive, inner side of the sarcolemma is negative. So when the impulse reaches over the neuromuscular junction, then what happens? Usually the neurotransmitter is the acetylcholine. So acetylcholine binds to sarcolemma. So we can say, or we can put up the steps over here, right? Say, I am writing in short, this is acetylcholine. It binds to sarcolemma. Binds to sarcolemma. right? So what happens? The membrane gets depolarized, right? So I'm showing that same thing over here, that it gets, say, this acetylcholine gets or binds to the sarcolemma, so it brings about the change in the permeability of the membrane. So पहले जो बाहर positive और inner negative था, अब उससे उल्टा हो गया. Now it is going to be negative on the outer side and positive on the inner side. Correct? What has happened? Now it is going to be negative on the outer side and positive on the inner side. How? Acetylcholine binds to sarcolemma. So it brings about a change in the permeability of the membrane, and hence the membrane gets depolarized. What has happened? The membrane gets depolarized, right? So that potential which is formed, that runs along the T tubules, right? So let us show that T tubule. So this is the T tubule. So this potential which has been generated, right, that runs through this entire T tubule, and it helps to spread that impulse into the whole muscle, right? So the potential runs into T tubules, right? So we'll mention that. The potential runs, right, into, remember this, the potential runs into T tubules, right, and releases और T tubules में क्या होगा? कैल्शियम आयंस होंगे. So it releases calcium ions along the during understanding the structure, we said T tubules help in spreading of the impulse, and then we had drawn that sarcoplasmic reticulum, which was the reservoir of calcium ions. So as the potential runs along this T tubule, right, what happens? Calcium ions are released from the sarcoplasmic reticulum, right? So we can just keep that noting, that the potential runs into the T tubules. So therefore what happens? Calcium ions are released from कहाँ से? Sarcoplasmic reticulum, right? So sarcoplasmic reticulum releases those calcium ions. Till now we had missed drawing our troponin and tropo, right? They were there. So again I am repeating, in the resting potential what happened? The membrane is polarized. Outer part is positively charged, inner side of the sarcolemma is negatively charged, right? When the impulse through the neuromuscular junction reaches, acetylcholine binds with the sarcolemma, which brings a change in the permeability of the membrane. So now the inner side becomes positive and the outer side becomes negative. We know that influx of the sodium ions and all, right? So I'm not getting into the details of that. We already know what changes take place. Yeah? So that happens and the membrane gets depolarized, correct? As the membrane gets depolarized, that potential runs into the T tubules, and therefore the sarcoplasmic reticulum releases calcium ions. So this stage, if we have to name it, what we can call this stage? We say action potential is generated and depolarization. किसका? Sarcolemma का, right? We say action potential is generated, right, and depolarization. So this was our second step. Clear with everyone? Yeah? Moving to the third now, कि ये calcium ions release होने के साथ क्या होता है? We know troponin binds with the calcium ions, hence active sites of the actin gets free. That is what is going to happen, right? So let us show that now. Say in the third step now what is happening? I am making the third step over here, right? What happens? Troponin binds with whom? Calcium ions, correct? Hence what is going to happen? Active site is going to be free. वो मैं बाद में लिख रही हूँ, पहले समझ लेते हैं. This is there, the sarcolemma, the Z line, okay? Then our actin filament और हमारा मायोसिन फिलामेंट, दोनों दिखा रहे हैं सिर्फ, ठीक है? और यहाँ से जो हमारा क्या था? ट्रोपोनिन, ठीक है? वो निकल के कहाँ आएगा? से ये यहाँ से ट्रोपोनिन जो था, ठीक है, वो निकल के से यहाँ पे हमने बनाया है कैल्शियम आयन. से दिस इज अवर कैल्शियम आयन, right? So this troponin is going to come and bind with the calcium ion. So as a result, this active site of the actin is going to get free. So we say hence active sites of actin get free, right? This is clear to everyone? Okay. Now in the next step what is going to happen? We said अब ये खाली हुआ है तो क्रॉस ब्रिज बनने की अब जगह पड़ेगी, है ना? मायोसिन will be able to fit in, ना? तो now let us understand the next step. Okay. So we take the fourth step now. So in the fourth step what is going to happen? That is we will call it to be hydrolysis of ATP. क्योंकि हम जानते हैं कि क्रॉस ब्रिज बनाने के लिए एनर्जी जो चाहिए वो कहाँ से आती है? वो ATP से आती है. So ATP is going to get hydrolyzed. So we say hydrolysis of ATP. ठीक है? So what is going to happen now? How this hydrolysis takes place? Myosin head acts as ATPase. We already have discussed. So say myosin head acts as ATPase, correct? So what it will do? It is going to hydrolyze ATP into ADP, right? And inorganic phosphate, and of course energy will be released. This energy is used to make what? Actin myosin cross bridge. This energy used to make what? Actin myosin cross bridge. That we have already discussed how the cross bridge formation is taking place. But once again, let's make that diagram, right? So what happens? What happens? This is the sarcolemma, this is the Z line. Then our actin we have to make up. So we'll make the actin. Right? This is the actin. I am going to show one of its sites free and the other is masked. Because ये फिर ये होने के लिए वापस से ATP कैल्शियम आयन आएगा, होगा ज़्यादा मात्रा में, ये वापस जाएगा. ठीक है? We'll understand. So, and what is myosin gonna do? It is going to make that cross bridge. So, this is myosin and it is going to form a cross bridge over here, correct? Or we can still even draw it a little more better so that we can attach it. Understood? So it has got fit into this now, right? So it has what? Created a cross bridge. This. Okay? So this what we have made is the so this is that cross bridge, right? So in the next step, what is going to happen? Next step, we know myosin head takes a recovery stroke. So we'll show that recovery stroke now. पावर स्ट्रोक समझ गए थे, है ना? क्रॉस ब्रिज फॉर्मेशन, फिर पावर स्ट्रोक, मतलब एक्टिन फिलामेंट को वो अंदर पुल कर रहा है, ठीक? फिर वापस अपनी पोजीशन पे तो आएगा रिकवरी स्ट्रोक, है ना? तो वही चीज है, दैट देन मायोसिन टेक्स अ रिकवरी स्ट्रोक. So we'll draw that also. So the fifth step, that myosin head takes the recovery stroke. पर मैं ये यहाँ पे power stroke पहले अपन देख लेते हैं एक बार. See if this is the sarcolemma, this is the Z line, then pay attention to as how I am drawing, all right? ये बनाया था हमने ऊपर, अब क्या हो रहा है? दिस इज गोना कम बैक लाइक दिस, है ना? ये हमने किया था ऐसे, तो ये अभी अपना पावर स्ट्रोक. तो आई विल बी शोइंग इट विथ अ बिट ऑफ डॉटेड लाइन. सो इफ इट टेक्स दिस वे, तो ये पूरा का पूरा पोर्शन इतना खींचेगा, हाँ, एक्टिन का अंदर, तो वो हम अब डॉटेड लाइन से दिखा रहे हैं. तो एक्टिन जो है वो कितना खींचेगा? समझ में आया? ये डॉटेड लाइन जितना हमने अंदर लिया है. यू अंडरस्टूड? सो व्हाट हैपेंड? The actin is pulled in. This is clear? So this makes our power stroke. And then we know that in the fifth step we've already discussed that myosin head takes a recovery stroke. Myosin head. इसके बाद वाली फिगर ये है, ठीक है? So myosin head then takes a recovery stroke. This what did we say? That the energy ATP is hydrolyzed to make the actin myosin cross bridge. Part of the energy, another part of the energy is used to take that power stroke, which pulls the actin filament on the inner side. And then in the fifth step, what happens? That myosin head takes a recovery stroke, right? So this is the entire mechanism of muscle contraction. Yes, one more thing which we have missed out writing here, that when myosin head is acting as an ATP, as an ATP gets hydrolyzed, that time magnesium ions are also required, right? So here we can add that magnesium ions are required for this. Okay, don't forget this. This is also important, right? So this is how the mechanism of muscle contraction, or this is why we are calling it as an electrical and biochemical event. Hope children you have followed it well. Thank you. Jai Bharat.